Greetings, future aviators of America. A high-flying welcome to the class of 1918 in the Thomas School of Aviation, right here in Ithaca, New York, USA. 1918, truly a year to remember. The Great War rages on in Europe. We may have a dispatch from that war any moment now. The influenza epidemic is spreading across the land. Thank you for wearing your masks, hand washing, distance, distance, distance. Now we'll have you up and flying again this afternoon. Those of you who are flying solo for the first time, good luck on that. Some of you hotshots have been asking, what is it like to fly over enemy lines, to engage in aerial combat, to dogfight with a bloody Red Baron, maybe even shoot him down? Take that bloody Red Baron. What's it like? I have no idea. But I'll tell you who does. There's a real hometown hero, a Cornell man, who's flying in the dangerous skies over France, even as we speak. His name is Lieutenant Jimmy Meisner. Have you heard about that guy? What a risk taker, absolutely fearless. So he's in a dogfight. He's in too close to get a clean shot, so he just rams the enemy aircraft. Then he limps back home. The fabric is shredding off his bullet-ridden aircraft. He lands safely, more or less. He runs into the mess tent while they're patching up his airplane, and he always writes a letter home to the sweetheart he left behind. Then he downs one glass of non-alcoholic champagne, does a quick pre-flight to make sure the aircraft, the patches are holding, and takes off again. So you're asking, how did he get there from here? Now there is a story. James Armand Meisner was born in Nova Scotia, Canada. Then his parents brought him to Brooklyn, New York. So he's an immigrant. You have a problem with that? Well, they don't in Brooklyn. They're pretty proud of him there, and so are we. He comes to Cornell to study aeronautical engineering. He would have finished this year, class of 1918, but the war breaks out. What does he do? Is he a draft dodger like me? No, he's determined to fly in combat for the Allied forces. He takes a military leave of absence from Cornell. He goes through the Army's Aviation Ground School that's taking place in the big new drill hall they just built on campus. Now, we would have had our field trip up there, but Cornell says there's virus all over the place. Civilians are not allowed in the drill hall. We have some pictures of what's going on inside to pass around. Instead, we're here at the War Memorial in DeWitt Park. Every day, more Tompkins County names are added to that wall. Such a tragedy, such a loss. Now, Jimmy Meisner takes his flight training in Texas. He earns his wings in a Tommy trainer, just like the ones you're using. Then he ships out to France, where he's assigned to the 184th Pursuit Squadron. Oops, wasn't supposed to tell you that. Cover your eyes. The Army will shoot me now. Okay, I think they're gone. 184th Pursuit Squadron. Now, every day, Jimmy writes a letter home to the sweetheart he left behind. Her name is Peggy Sue Brinkerhofer. She misses him terribly. She worries about him constantly. Those letters are all she has. Well, actually, they're Western Union telegrams. And I have to tell you something. Please don't expect a lot of detail. There's censorship going on. Do you know how censorship works? Right. You're overseas in times of war. You write a letter home. The censors open it. They cross out all the military secrets. There's nothing left but hugs and kisses. So there's not going to be a lot of detail in these. Peggy Sue, can you read some of these?
Certainly. Thank you, Mr. Flight Instructor. I do miss my Jimmy something terrible, him being halfway around the world, so I'm very grateful for the technology that brings me his telegrams. This one is from just the other day. He wrote, "My dearest Peggy Sue, who must miss me terribly. Stop?"
Stop, stop, stop. All right. Who knows why in telegrams they say stop at the end of a sentence? Right. Telegrams are sent in Morse code. Morse code is a series of dots and dashes, or short tones and long tones. Beep, 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 beep. That's my telegraph key. Now, on the receiving end, the telegraph operator is hearing beep, beep, beep. That's an S. beep, beep, beep. An O. Beep, beep, beep. Another S. Oh, SOS. Oh my gosh, somebody's in trouble. Now, it wasn't long before the telegraph operators complained to Samuel Morse. They said, Mr. Morse, you've used up all the dots and dashes and letters and numbers. There's nothing left for punctuation. What are we going to do? And Samuel Morse said, stop already. At least that's how I heard the story. All right, Peggy Sue, start already.
You got it. Today, I shot down a Hanover CL, which is a German reconnaissance plane, over Regneville, France. Stop. I also shot down an Albatross fighter east of Thiaucourt. Stop. You must be so proud of me. Stop. I can't wait to get home and hold you in my arms. Affectionately yours, Jimmy. Stop.
You know, I think the censors must be asleep at the switch. I hope there's no enemy spies around. Okay, Peggy Sue, what else do you have?
All right, this one is a little bit older. My dearest Peggy Sue, who must be so proud of me, stop. Today, I shot down a Rumpler, which is a German reconnaissance plane, over Louvigny in France. Stop. I can't wait to return to your loving arms. Best regards, Jimmy. Stop.
Thank you, Peggy Sue, for sharing those. I speak for the class when I say we hope that your Jimmy returns safely and soon.
Thank you, me too. Bye now.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Any questions? Good. See you next class, and thank you for choosing the Thomas School of Aviation. All right, class, don't go away yet. We do have time for questions. Now, as usual, if you can stump the instructor, you get a field trip. I'm sorry, this is the last class. No more field trips. All right, what's your question?
What happened to Jimmy? Did he survive the war and marry Peggy Sue?
Does Jimmy marry Peggy Sue? Ooh, that's a tricky question. I'm going to have to defer to Peggy Sue. Luckily, she has a telegram from the future.
A telegram? I just had the... Oh, I do have a third one here, and it is from the future. Jimmy Meisner not only survives the war, stop, he becomes a flying ace for shooting down 5 or more enemy aircraft, stop, and earns lots of medals from the French government and the American military. Stop. When the war is over, he returns to Cornell to earn a master's degree in engineering. Stop. Then he goes to Birmingham, Alabama to run steel mills and factories there. Stop. And to command the Alabama Air National Guard. Stop. When he dies in 1936 of pneumonia, his old friend from the war, Eddie Rickenbacker, speaks at his funeral, and he's buried in Arlington National Cemetery. Stop. Now, here's the tricky part. In Alabama, Jimmy marries a girl from Georgia named Elva Kessler, not Peggy Sue. Stop. In fact, Peggy Sue is a fictional character we made up for this story. Stop. We don't know the name of his Cornell sweetheart because we can't find his yearbook. Stop.
I'm so sorry about that, Peggy Sue, or whatever your name is. Now, I have to say, class, everything else about Jimmy Meisner in this story is absolutely true. Next question.
Is that Barton Hall?
Was that drill hall Barton Hall? And who took those pictures? All right, it will be named Barton Hall after Frank Barton, the first commander of the Cornell ROTC. The building was opened in 1917. Colonel Barton came a lot later, however. Now, who took those pictures? One of the classes they taught in the aviation ground school was aerial photography. One of the cadets took those pictures. Those airplanes you see inside are mostly Curtiss Jennies. They were made in Hammondsport, New York. I'm sorry, they are not Thomas Morse aircraft. All right, it's been a pleasure teaching you in this class. Thank you for choosing the Thomas School of Aviation.